Insanity is an understatement, honestly. I mean, just look at how easily you get screwed when you or the person you're chained to begins drawing cards.
That's half the lobby getting instantly fucked because of bad RNG.
Would help if everyone wasn't so fixated on choosing the same people, though.
Okay, seriously? I must be dreaming because I didn't just see you play a link card, right, Joe?
Of course, you choose me and Donnie again. I wasn't aware we were playing Uno Teams right now.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we are, huh?
You're not dreaming, pal. It's reality.
Oh, thank God. So that means this is real then?
Oh, come on.
You fell right into that one, Joe, and dragged my ass with you as usual.
It would help if you stopped blaming Joe, George.
Yeah, that's Cap. It's always either me and Joe or you and Obama. Nothing else.
Cry about it some more, George.
And here's our other favorite card.
Oh, great, and it's blue, I swear to God.
This is definitely a lousy card, but at least it's not as terrible as the Link card.
It's still garbage, though.
Thank God I have plenty of blues to give. This card couldn't be any more random.
You were saying?
I fucking hate this game.
Ha ha! Now you have all the blue cards you'll ever need, Obama.
Oh my God, shut up. I don't want to hear your petty bullshit right now.
I could do without the drawing, George.
That's nice, Joe. I'm happy for you.
I wasn't trying to be happy, George. You need to find every possible way of never having to draw cards ASAP.
And you need to find every possible way of waking up from your delusions, Joe. Because that's not how Uno works, you fucking clown.
Jesus Christ, George, what the hell was that voice just now?
Dude is seriously transforming into Pennywise in real time with that goofy-ass voice he just did.
You seriously have the audacity to play that card, Donnie?
Dude, I drew that card. I had no choice.
Force play isn't on, you moron.
Thank God it was only 2 cards.
The fuck are you so happy for? We're still linked, dumbass.
You should pay attention, George. Joe didn't draw any cards in response to you losing that.
Oh my God, so getting cards from the pile-up card doesn't give the chained player anything. Unbelievable.
Bet you feel like real shit now, don't you?
I've been feeling like shit ever since we started playing this Uno deck.
Yeah, honestly, I think we need to have a serious talk about your attitude right now, George.
What is there to talk about? I'm annoyed with how this game's mechanics are set up. It's bullshit.
And yet, despite all that, you're raging like a clown, even going as far as to sound almost like Pennywise himself with that goofy shit from earlier.
I don't or didn't sound like Pennywise. You're over-exaggerating.
But I'm not over-exaggerating when I say that your anger so far has been nothing short of blowing a fuse and never replacing it with a new one, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, even Donnie hasn't stayed that mad for long.
I actually find it odd that Donnie gets mad at all. You're usually very composed in public.
Well, you know, we're living in a dream world. If you catch my meaning. Anyway, this isn't about me. It's about you, George. You seriously need to chill the fuck out. Go take a cold shower or something, I don't know.
Bro, the fuck, dude.
I hate to say it, but he's got a point, George. You haven't been yourself.
I swear if that line ends with "have a Snickers," then I'll really be mad.
No, but that would have been funny.
My God. Look, I think I can stand a few more rounds of this game and then I'm done. This deck in particular has really killed any enjoyment I had.
Seriously, come on, George. It's wild, but not that wild. You said it yourself. This deck was going to be the craziest we have ever seen.
I mean, I didn't say it exactly along those lines, but yeah, pretty much.
Let's not give credit to the memes about how Uno can ruin friendships here. I say we take a moment and unfocus ourselves from the game for a moment.
You mean talking about another topic that we're going to inevitably argue about, right?
That might happen or not. Who knows?
Actually, I wanted to talk more about Black Myth Wukong, since it exploded in popularity upon its release not too long ago.
I cannot tell you how much fun I had playing that game.
I second this. Black Myth Wukong is by far one of the best Souls-to-not Souls-like games I've played in a little while.
But I did have a few issues with it.
Yes, of course you did, Joe, because your slow brain probably had a tough time comprehending anything that game was trying to explain to you.
What's that supposed to mean?
See what I mean? Slow as always.
Just explain it, Donnie. Stop sugarcoating your disappointment.
How can I explain if you haven't told me what your issues are?
For one, there are a lot of inconsistencies. Sometimes when I press the button to heal or use an item, nothing happens.
All right, that's fair, but knowing you probably missed the fairly obvious detail that you can't perform an action if another action is already in progress.
It's basic animation canceling, or rather the lack thereof.
What?
Let me guess, you're spamming buttons while already in an animation?
No, I press them when I'm doing nothing.
No, you're not, because if you were, they would respond to your actions.
Don't gaslight me. I know what I saw.
What you saw was your frustration clouding your judgment. The only way the issue you described could happen is if you were in the middle of another animation. I've never had this problem. When I press the heal button, it works. When I use an item, it gets used. It's as simple as it gets, so long as you understand the core systems.
Then how do you explain my issue? Bugs can affect some players and not others. Some people go through entire games without encountering a single glitch.
Sure, I get that. I even had to quit during the final boss because of a visual bug that made my screen flash different colors. But I didn't go off. I simply restarted the game and it was fine. Your issue with healing and items is easy to explain if you actually bothered to pay attention.
Just get to the point.
Just like George had mentioned a moment ago, Black Myth Wukong doesn't have animation canceling for actions like healing. You have to finish whatever action or animation you're doing before you can heal or use an item.
That's stupid. It doesn't feel as restrictive in Elden Ring.
It might seem dumb, especially if you're used to FromSoft games that allow queued actions, but that doesn't mean it's a flaw.
Queued actions?
In Elden Ring, if you spam the heal button right before an animation finishes, the game remembers the input and starts the healing animation immediately after the previous action is completed. You don't need to press the button again.
So if my heavy greatsword slam is 2 seconds from finishing and I press the flask button, I'll automatically heal when the slam is done without needing to press anything else?
Exactly. That's what Black Myth Wukong doesn't do, which is why it feels inconsistent to you. You're used to FromSoft's mechanics.
It's kind of dumb that the developers didn't include something like that, though.
First off, this is Game Science's major debut title, so cut them some slack. You can be constructive, but don't act like it's the end of the world. Second, that mechanic is a hidden feature, and not every game includes it. Why would you assume Game Science would prioritize it? It's not like it's common sense. They just didn't consider it, nor should you have expected it. And who knows? It could be added in a future patch.
Okay, fair enough. Then what about when I use a spirit and get knocked out of it? Also, thanks for the win, guys.
Oh boy.
Haha. Funny how the game has to process what the fuck just happened.
That's twice now one of you has won twice in a row.
Yeah.
So as I said, Donnie, what about when I use a spirit and get knocked out of it?
Yeah, that sounds like a skill issue to me.
I think it's stupid that you can get knocked out of it.
No, it's stupid that you think you wouldn't. If you use a giant character, you do get some poise, but it's not much.
Well, it's definitely not enough.
Whether or not spirits should have more poise is debatable. But why are you using them during an enemy's attack anyway? You should be using them during the enemy's recovery frames or at the right moments. If you're just button mashing and throwing out spirit attacks when the giant stone golem is about to slam down, that right there is your problem, not the game's.
And what about the 3 focus attack string? Why should I get knocked out of that?
How about you choose, as I fucking said, a wiser time to attack?
Oh my God.
Don't oh my God me, Joe. You're a terrible observer when you're annoyed. You blame the game when it's clearly a user error.
And what if it is the game's fault? Sometimes it's not always the player's problem.
Yeah, well, this time it is.
Yeah, right.
Such a clown, I swear. Yeah, right, he says, because you're going to think what you're saying has even an inkling of being sound and logical. You're literally decaying in real time. Keep living that delusion. Instead of learning from your mistakes and cutting down on bad habits, you'd rather live in the moment and continue making bad habits. In other words, you will learn nothing.
The game is
You just suck at the game. No amount of faults that are actually a problem will change the major issue, that you suck. Period. Discussion over.
What did I say? Inevitably arguing.
That's fair. I did go a bit off there, but sometimes people really need to get off their high horse once in a while and admit that they fuck up like the rest of us.
I am surprised that includes you, Donnie. Aren't you an expert at not admitting to your faults?
I'm seriously sick of people complaining about trivial-ass things like mechanics or basic game functions when the problem is usually with the actual user.
Yes, but as Joe said...
I'm well aware of what Joe said. Sometimes it is the game's fault for designing shitty mechanics or bosses even. But in Joe's particular case, his issues are solved by simply adapting to what the game is built around. Instead, you get a baby who whines about it endlessly and will never shut up about it. Excluding the problems games have that are real and aren't just a personal bias. Here's how it works. You either dance to the tune of the game or you piss off. It's that simple.
Perhaps we can talk about something that doesn't include us immediately chewing each other out, maybe.
Oh, so you're still up for the idea, George?
I don't remember being against it, just that when we talk about things, we tend to jump into arguing with each other all the time.
Oh, come on, George.
Doesn't that get tedious after a while?
Well, Halloween's approaching. What are all of your guys' plans for October?
I'm just treating it as a unique day, nothing special. I'm too old and tired for those kinds of things.
Never too old for Joe, though, right? Actually, Joe, what are your plans for October?
Too much is happening surrounding October and November, aside from the typical. I don't think I'll be doing anything crazy this year.
Are you sure? Because celebrating Halloween would certainly help you.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. And what will you be doing, Donnie? Hosting another party at your Mar-a-Lago resort again?
Nah, too many distractions. It's like you said, October and November are a busy 2 months. Great. I lost to this stupid card again.
Well, there was my attempt at a 2-cent conversation.
Actually, I recently got the chance to see Aliens, Romulus.
Oh shit, really? How was it?
Okay, hold up. Potential spoiler warning here, folks. Let's go in mildly here.
You also could have given me a +4 warning, George.
All right, anyway. It actually wasn't that bad. It's a step up from the previous Alien movies and almost felt inspired by the original Alien movie with how it handled itself.
Bad choice, Joe.
Shit. You know me. I'm usually not one for the horror genre, but I thought since it's October and how Alien Romulus seemed to be good, I gave it a shot.
Oh, you actually saw it, Joe, and you didn't get scared? I thought you disliked that sort of thing.
Why is that card always so anticlimactic?
Oh no, when the first Alien appeared, I immediately shit myself.
Ha! I was skeptical about how that movie would play out, but after going into it, I think it's definitely better than the last few movies.
Who was the guy who played that thing again?
That would be Robert Bobrovsky.
I heard that just in makeup, he looked exactly like it.
Yeah, his scenes contained partial CGI, but everything else was literally just him in makeup and shit. That's wild to me, honestly.
Let's not get too much into spoiler territory, guys. Well, I'm sure some people haven't seen the movie yet, and we're already painting an image of what to expect going in.
Well, we haven't ruined the surprise, all right, just the actor.
Don't underestimate the human's ability to get exceedingly curious about things.
Yeah, I know I was when I first heard about it. I had to go check it out for myself on who Robert Bobrovsky was, and then I found out instantly that did lower the value of the scene a little bit.
Well, Obama, you still think that card is anticlimactic?
I really would like to refute that, but I can't because this card is super lame.
You know what I can't say the same thing for, though? Joker 2. How is it that you can go from one of the greatest movies of its time to absolute dog shit?
Right, Joker 2, the movie that spits in the face of the audience that's watching it. How on earth did it go so bad?
I think the better question is how it even got greenlit, and with that writing, my God, it's awful.
Why did it even need a sequel?
I heard that originally it was never meant to receive a sequel. It was meant to be a one-off detailing the lifestyle and build-up to who we know as the Joker. But because it received billions, the creators thought, oh, well, let's get greedy and with nothing but money on our brains, shit out a garbage-ass sequel. There are some good examples of that, too. Again, just look at the many Alien sequels, and worse yet, the Predator sequels.
Although Alien did have a few good ones at the start with Sigourney Weaver. Wasn't a huge fan of the second movie with the dog alien, but it was different.
But then, oh boy, that final movie with her as a clone of herself and the Queen genetics. That abomination was easily the most creepy and fucked up thing. Easily a masterpiece.
Ah, right, the fucking newborn. That thing is up there on the list of creepiest shit ever conceived in cinema. And speaking of Predator movies, I agree that it has completely devolved over time. I mean, I guess if you turn off your brain and just enjoy the action, it's still enjoyable, at least.
Can't say the same for the Joker, too, though. You know, if I wanted to watch a musical, I would have just gone and watched High School Musical.
Damn, don't need to roast them that hard, Donnie. Didn't the first movie also have a few musicals?
It did, but compared to the first, they don't add anything and serve no purpose, really. Real nice, guys.
Sorry, man.
Okay, I actually got something I wanted to mention.
Oh, yeah? What were you thinking of talking about, Obama?
You guys hear about Sparking Zero?
Wait, oh my God, I completely forgot about that. Did it release already?
Yeah, it's been out for more than a week now. Where have you been living, Donnie?
Shit, I wasn't even aware of that. Looks like I got another game added to the long-ass queue I got.
Really? Do you play Dragon Ball Z games, Donnie?
Are you saying you don't?
No, I do. Who doesn't play at least one in their life?
Oh, come on, not another +4.
But I didn't know you did.
I'm not really sure what you're implying, but yes, again, I do play the games.
You guys hear about Silent Hill 2 releasing?
Yeah, that was another game I needed to try.
Fuck! Why are there so many good games coming out so suddenly? What happened to our Concords and our Dustborns? I can't keep up with all these bangers, holy shit.
It's surreal, isn't it? How we've been fed such garbage for so long now with the occasional diamond in the rough, and now we're so out of touch with it that it's screwing with our day.
Actually, weren't they thinking of bringing back Concord?
Joe, we don't talk about shit around here. I mean, hey, if that's your fancy, by all means, but leave us out of it, okay?
I thought you were going to be nice, Donnie.
This is me being nice, Joe. We're not talking about that goddamn game. I'm giving it enough credit calling that thing a game to begin with.
Looks like your stance on the game is pretty clear.
You are talking about how it's just a copy and paste, shittier version of all the rest of the hero shooters that have come out. Plus, it cost, or rather costed, $40. Oh my God, what the fuck?
Damn, Donnie, you ate that shit hard.
Unbelievable, I have so many cards, Jesus Christ.
Well, what do you think of that one, Obama?
That was the first time that card actually did the job it was created to do. I only ever imagined a card chain of about 8 or so cards, but for it to go up to 12 was insane. definitely has potential to screw people easily if a large chain occurs.
What do you mean, potentially? That card literally fucked me over in a single instant.
Yeah, wow, look how many cards you have.
Don't remind me.
Okay. Well, before that whole incident happened, you were going on about Concord. What did you say again?
I said that Concord is just a copy and paste, shittier version of all the rest of the hero shooters that have come out, and that it costed $40. And that my stance on the matter was as simple as that, nothing more.
Okay, yeah, that's not what I was thinking.
No, I know what you were gonna say. You were probably thinking what everyone else is probably thinking when that game is mentioned, right?
Who knows, maybe.
Well, fun fact, Obama, and this might come as a surprise given what you're trying to say, but I actually loved Alan Wake 2.
Wait, seriously? Well, that's unexpected.
Yep, I played that game to completion doing nearly 100%. I missed a few secrets, but the majority of the lockboxes and safes I managed to open. And yes, that's right, I did actually enjoy both Alan and Saga's story.
I heard some conflicting things and stuff. What do you think about that?
I don't really care too much. Saga's story was grounded in the real world, while Alan's was grounded in the dark place. Oh, fuck.
Okay, some major spoilers here, guys.
Nice try.
Careful what you hear if you care.
For people who don't really pay attention to the story, Alan, in essence, becomes the martyr of that story, because it's through him that all of the major plot points converge. He's the one who needs to be shot to create the possibility of a true ending for both characters. And you can only get that by doing a New Game Plus, which, if you think about it, the first playthrough ending is inherently flawed because despite getting the bullet of light, the loop still occurs anyway based on the New Game Plus's ending. Alan says as much, and that's why the final script is completely different from the one you write during your first playthrough.
Shit, that's pretty deep.
I heard that the New Game Plus offered more, but I didn't realize that it completely flips the script at the end.
I actually love it when games introduce new story elements through New Game Plus. It's always a mindfuck, but when you understand it, it feels so fucking good. Oh my God, not this card again.
Well, since we're on the topic of games at the moment, I wanted to mention something that relates to the game we're playing. Wow, fucking amazing.
By relate, you mean Ubisoft, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Let me guess, Monopoly, right?
Yeah, it turns out Ubisoft recently released yet another version of Monopoly called Monopoly.
Wow, how original.
Literally, it's literally just original Monopoly.
Wow, how original.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get real sick of that card.
Oh my God.
I thought since it's a new game from them, we could try it, maybe.
What happened to our Monopoly game with Tristan? That shit wasn't bad, if a little slow and perhaps a little annoying.
He hasn't uploaded the rest of the videos, sadly.
Oh my God.
It's hard to say if he will.
Damn, Joe. You really ate those cards, didn't you?
Unbelievable. All that work and for what?
I don't think you want to touch that game, George.
Wait, but why?
Because it's apparently 100 times worse than the one that came before.
You're joking? Seriously?
You mean you didn't confirm that before you said something? That's unlike you.
How does a gaming company as big as Ubisoft fuck up the simplest game imaginable? Seriously? How? It's a fucking board game!
That's it. That's the way. Let your anger flow through you, George.
No wonder they're getting shit on so much.
If we're being honest, Ubisoft is currently the only gaming company that embodies the phrase, washed up.
That couldn't be more true. Like, yes, for sure, there are plenty of terrible companies out there, but none come close to how low Ubisoft has gotten.
Didn't they recently release a statement that they are merging or being bought out by Tencent?
They are planning to be bought out. They aren't merging with anyone.
That wasn't confirmed, or at least I haven't seen any major developments that suggest that information is official yet.
I'm not sure how anyone could defend Ubisoft's decisions, let alone how Ubisoft itself could. The facts speak for themselves.
What do you think the outcome will be for them when they get bought out by Tencent? Because I certainly hope things change.
What would you do if you were in charge, Donnie?
There would be massive fires, folks, big fires, the biggest fires you've ever seen. Nobody's seen fires like this before. That's what I would do, believe me. And let me tell you, hundreds, maybe thousands are going to be looking for a new job. It's going to be huge.
Wow, typical Donnie moment.
You might think it's typical for me to say that given my track record. But that is the only logical step for Ubisoft going forward. They need to get rid of the bacteria that's infecting their company and work on healing. Come back with better writers and artists. Stop using random nobodies for historical significance. Throw away the activists and focus on creating quality games. So long as their quality improves, they'll see a return to the top. Otherwise, they are going to collapse and burn if they aren't already.
They're lucky that Tencent brought plenty of buckets of water to exhaust that dumpster fire they have going right now.
Again, not confirmed.
Yeah, you heard about Assassin's Creed Shadows delay to February? Tell me that ain't a coincidence.
It's hard to say what the actual reason is, other than when they said it was to improve the game after they received the world's biggest fuck you from the fans.
You know, it's actually crazy to think about. Usually, when people talk about these greedy companies, it amounts to nothing because of how much money they got or something. But Ubisoft's fall happened so fast, so suddenly that it cracked the status quo. Like you had so many people coming out saying that no matter how many disliked Shadows,
Real nice, Joe.
it would still sell millions.
And then it began to flop before it even released along with the company itself. Yeah, that is crazy to see happen.
Disney's coming close to that mark eventually.
Great, chaining me again, how awesome.
Yeah, but they still have their pawns cashing out on them. They'll remain relevant for a little while longer, but once the dust settles, Disney will get fucked just as hard, if not even harder.
Yeah, no, that chain can go around someone else's neck.
That will take more than a few years. If we're assuming that Disney continues to ruin every project they make from now until, let's say, the year 2030, then I can definitely see them going
You missed your chance, Obama.
God damn it.
What are you saying here, Donnie? Do you mean like literally anything they produce or just partially everything?
I mean everything. I'm not talking about them shitting out a few bangers like Deadpool 3, which got them 1.33 billion worldwide. I'm saying if they produce nothing but garbage for the next 5 years, I can't see them still being relevant in 2030.
It's unrealistic to assume that, Donnie. You're going to the extremes. They are almost certainly going to have a few bangers, which will certainly keep them going almost indefinitely, if not just a while longer.
I know, I was just saying.
Damn it, Obama, why did you have to have that +4?
Haha, a little payback for your earlier counter, George.
Ah, yes, and because we were chained, I also got the brunt of that payback as well. How awesome.
Say, are you guys going to continue playing Sons of the Forest?
Of course, me and Obama planned on playing it after this Uno game.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient.
Why?
Nah, I was just asking, since things didn't go as planned the last time you guys played.
Yeah, don't remind me about that shit show.
I'm sorry for getting her killed, Donnie. That was never my intention.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Sorry, Obama.
Did you, save edit her back in?
Yeah, I did. I downloaded that save editor off Nexus Mods. All I had to do was uncheck the box next to her name and raise her health to the max, and I also gave her full favorability.
Well, did she have full already? Isn't that kind of cheaty?
Yeah, she did, or at least she was very close to max. I would say around 80%, give or take.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is good, and for the love of God, Obama, I said this before we stopped playing, and I'll say it again here. Do not get Virginia killed again!
Yeah, don't worry. I learned my lesson from last time.
Let me tell you, if those cannibals get even close to her, just to meet her, you beat them the fuck down. I'm talking bam, clap, clap, they're in the ground. Done. Finished. Dead and buried just like that. We can't, and I mean cannot, let them lay a finger on her. It's not happening.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Are you both gonna watch us like last time as well?
Yeah, sure, I don't mind.
I may or may not. Depends on my schedule. We'll see.
Nah, throw your schedule away, Joe. You won't be needing it anyway. Instead of taking 6 naps a day, just spend those hours watching us kick some cannibal ass.
How did you know I took 6 naps a day?
Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that.
Right, okay, so what were you guys doing in that game again? Did you get the shotgun yet?
No, we never got it.
The only thing we managed to do was visit a grave that we couldn't do anything with because we needed a shovel.
Yeah, I'm getting real sick of that chain card now.
Yeah, my God, I cannot believe that shit.
Well, how else would you dig up a grave, Donnie?
I don't know. But I do know I would totally have just dug that shit up with my hands if I was dedicated enough.
Nah, bro.
Sorry, George, it was out of my hands.
That wouldn't be realistic or practical, Donnie. No matter how shallow that grave is. Also, it's all right, Joe. It's whatever.
Well, yeah, I think the shovel should be our next destination because without it, we probably can't do shit.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
That was out of my hands as well, Joe.
It's fine, George. As usual, a +4 does what it's got to do.
I think the shovel has more than one use in this game. It has to be more important past just digging out grave sites.
Oh, it better be. They bothered to include it in the game and locked an item or main objective behind it.
Is that grave actually the main objective?
Well, that was one of the things that the journal told us to do, so I assumed it was.
Huh. I guess if the game is telling us to investigate those signals, then it has to be important or related to progression in some form.
I'm just hoping that the shovel is the only thing we need that blocks progression in some form. You know, you really love pointing at me, don't you, Joe?
Don't read too much into it, Donnie. There's no motive behind it.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say. Anyway, there better not be something else we need later that acts as a progression stopper, I swear.
Okay, well, have you guys thought about what you're going to play after Sons of the Forest?
Well, we still have plenty of suggestions on the list. We just need to choose one, right?
That's right, and there's even more now thanks to Tristan adding a few extras.
What did he add?
Well, we've already mentioned a few of them. We've got Silent Hill 2
Don't
remake
read too much into that card, Joe.
and the original Until Dawn and not the remake since it's been called garbage.
You're lucky that I need red, Donnie.
And a weird, almost grotesque one called Zoocosis. I've heard Zoocosis has some technical problems but is still playable. Tristan also slid in a recommendation to play Black Ops 6 Zombies on release if we're up for that.
Oh, really? He wants another zombies video?
Sliding in lots of +4s as well, it seems.
Well, okay. I have been hearing mixed reviews on that mode, though.
Yeah, but it should be fine for a video or two. That coupled with the previous suggestions we've received like Yu-Gi-Oh!, For the King, and Total War series as well.
Actually, guys, hear me out. I know people were saying we should play Total War Empire.
Specifically the definitive edition, right?
This card won't affect me. I got 90% red cards in my hand.
Yes, but hear me out. We can try that if we have to, but what if we do Total War, Warhammer 3?
Well, that would certainly be new, wouldn't it?
I mean, we can still do Total War Empire, but something else in me would like to try my hands at Total War, Warhammer 3.
Really got your blood boiling after going at the demons and Space Marines too, huh, Donnie?
What can I say?
I would like to know what Tristan's goal is when he sends us these suggestions, because they're all over the place. Aside from Uno, every other game we play has a few videos or less, and then we hop on a new game or something.
Yeah, like we still haven't gone and played Lethal Company again after the first time, and I'm sure the people who saw that are secretly hoping another one gets made. Oh my God, how many times is this card gonna get played?
Not looking too good there, Donnie.
What the fuck are the chances for that card appearing? I swear it's higher than any other deck's wild card.
No idea.
Like, holy shit, it's every other turn that card gets played. It's so annoying having to play this stupid mini-game every 2 seconds.
Age of Empires 4 is also getting some attention. I saw some people were also hoping for that to return.
I'm not sure about that one. I tried to get everyone together for that, but Bill wasn't having it. Said he couldn't make time no matter what.
6 players is fine, no?
Yeah, but we'll have to see if we ever get around to it.
You know, at this point, hearing the words, "we'll have to see," might as well be code for, "it's never coming again, sorry."
That's not true, though. Just look at Black Ops Zombies. We said the same thing for that game.
Yes, but look how long it took us to get around to it. We were saying that half a year before we did another video on it.
Okay, well, that is true, I guess.
Okay, despite us saying all of that, we have yet to actually answer the question, what are we going to play after Sons of the Forest?
Well, me and Obama are the ones actually playing. You guys are merely watching.
Don't be a smart-ass, Donnie.
I vote for Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I vote Joe to be the one to actually play it.
What?
I second this.
Why are you replying without my opinion? There's no way you guys are getting me to play Silent Hill 2 Remake. Ain't no way.
Nah, you are, Joe. You gave us your shitty excuse for why you couldn't join in with us when we began playing Sons of the Forest. So instead, you're going to play Silent Hill 2 Remake while we watch.
Oh my God, you're serious.
You won't be alone, Joe. We're going to be holding your hand throughout the entire thing, so chill out.
You know what? I'm actually invested in seeing that, so count my vote in favor as well.
Oh, come on. Not you too, George.
Sorry, man. Someone's got to take the fall.
Dude, what?
You know what else I thought about now that we're on the topic of horror? That Quiet Place, the Road Ahead game.
All right, that game did come out recently. I heard it's pretty decent.
I heard it has a few kinks that made people turn away from it.
Yeah, the way the game operates the monsters is a bit whack, but don't listen to those who said the monsters only show up when you make noise. The monsters do appear in the game, physically, and do move around. The problem with the game is the fact that when you make noise, they just teleport behind you like a ninja and slaughter your ass.
Yeah, that sounds kind of dumb to me.
Indeed, however, as a horror game, I think it's still a decent game to mention.
Okay, I guess if we hit it off with Silent Hill 2 Remake, we could feature more horror games on the channel. I'm sure that would spice things up for everyone.
What are the games we have right now that feature horror as the main theme?
Well, excluding Silent Hill 2 Remake, we have Until Dawn, The Quiet Place, Zoochosis, and... Wait, I think that's it.
No shot, that's it? That's all we have?
Yeah, not much.
We have to increase that list by at least 2 or 3.
And what do you have in mind, Donnie?
Actually, I did have one on my mind. You guys ever heard of At Dead of Night?
At Dead of Night? Isn't that the game that takes place in a hotel?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't remember too much about that one. Remind me again?
Over-the-counter guy has split personality and locks you in the hotel. You need to escape. A very basic premise, but the game has one of the most intense mechanics ever.
That's right. It's a point-and-click 3D style game, and that intensity you're referring to is because everything is still happening in real time, so the dude can easily sneak up on you. Oh, and also thanks for the win, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's nerve-wracking.
Just had to sneak your little remark in there at the last second, didn't you, Obama?
Hey, Joe did as well.
Yeah, I remember, but on that note, I think that's where we wrap this up. I assume you guys are going to be hopping on Sons of the Forest now, right?
I guess it's about that time, isn't it? Well, all right, come on, Obama. Let's get this party started.
Wait, like right now? We aren't going to take a break first?
That was our break, Obama. Plus, I want to see if the save editor worked. So get your ass in here so we can check it out.
I guess we're doing this then.
Don't forget about the stream, Donnie.
Oh, right. Thanks for reminding me. Wouldn't want you guys feeling left out.
So is she alive?
I don't know. I haven't been able to check yet. Waiting for this slowpoke to enter the game before I head outside.
Okay, chill out. I'm launching the game right now.
Hold on. Aren't you going to at least investigate that area first? You guys have only searched that one room, but not the rest.
You know, now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that. I was so hyper-focused on the 3D printer last time and Obama's stupid mistake that it went over my head.
Well, shit, that's not what I wanted.
What's the matter with you, Obama? I can see you.
I'm white now?
Yeah, so what? You have a problem being white? Huh, Obama?
I'll be right back.
Oh, for the love of God. You can't be serious.
Finding out that I can play as those characters has made me dedicated to playing as those characters, Donnie. You wouldn't understand.
No, I definitely wouldn't, Obama. But I can tell you now that if I were to spawn in as one of those characters, I wouldn't care as much, so your problem is exclusive.
It's called immersion, Donnie. I told you. You wouldn't understand.
You might be taking this bit a little too far, Obama.
The fuck you say?
Okay, well, anyway, I seem to recall you saying you had an interactive map open the last time. Do you know what this place is going to give you?
No, I don't remember. Actually, I don't know if I ever bothered to check what this place is or even what it gives us.
Awesome. So this will be a perfectly normal and blind experience. That's going to be nice.
I mean, I can easily check right now, but I don't want to ruin your very obvious reaction.
How many times are you going to try to do that, Obama?
As many times as I have to.
Looks like we're going to be here a little while. Let's get comfortable, I guess.
Finally, I got the one I wanted.
That took way too long, Obama. I hope to God the game does you a favor every time we have to jump into the server.
Yes, well, everything is fine now. So what were we going to do again?
Well, the first thing we're going to do before we head outside is search this place for any special items or loot, given the nature of the layout before us. I'm expecting it to be a main objective, so there's a very high possibility that we won't be able to progress, but it never hurts to check.